Hi, everyone. Welcome to Financial Insights. I'm Linda, your accounting coach. So, we are continuing our discussion on how small businesses can protect themselves against another Silicon Valley bank collapse. As I stated earlier in the week, that bank collapsed and it really hit small businesses hard because a lot of small businesses had all of their funds at that one institution. They had no other funds at any other bank. So, very hard to make payroll, pay vendors. So very difficult situation for them in the last couple months. So I want to provide this tip today. Number two is utilize your business savings account. We hear this usually, regarding our personal finances. As personal finances, we should save. You should have a savings account. You should also, with your business or nonprofit, should be utilizing a savings account. So this savings account can have different purposes. It can be emergency fund. It can be a savings account just for taxes. And this is where you'll talk with an accounting professional, a tax professional, and decide, okay, how much should I be saving for taxes? Or if you want to build an emergency fund, maybe you want to do a 1% of sales each month. Whatever the case may be, create an emergency fund because you never know when you may need it. Particularly, for instance, if a vendor is shut down and you have to go to another vendor and you have to go quickly and pay that vendor. So you want to make sure that you're utilizing your business savings account. Also, in that savings account, try to have 2 to 6 months worth of cash. Very important because, as we know, when COVID hit, a lot of us learned the hard way that, wow, we need to have cash on hand. So payroll needs to be made, vendors need to be paid. Even though everything was shut down, there were still things that need to be paid. So start saving so you can build up to a 2 to 6 month reserve. Also, you want to know you don't want your savings account balance to be very high. So you want to limit. So once it starts to get probably to that, maybe that 50, 60, 70, 100,000 mark, start to maybe think about diversifying. So talk to your banker, talk to your accounting professional, and start looking at other banking institutions. So you may have two accounts or you may have three accounts at different banking institutions. And a lot of people say, wow, that's a lot of accounts. So, but remember, the FDIC insures up until 250K. So if you have more than 250K in a bank, they will not insure it. So you want to think about that. Um, Also, you want your savings account, of course, to be linked to your checking account. So you want to be able to basically transfer or do an ACH between these different banks. So when you're opening an account, just ask them, okay, what's the process of linking accounts to a different institution? Do you have that option? Of course, what's the fee? What's the limit? Because some banks have a limit on how much you can transfer per day. And then also that fee. You definitely want to look at that fee and ask them about that fee. So definitely, once again, as a business, as a nonprofit, utilize your business savings account. We always, once again, hear this regarding our personal finances, but I think as businesses, we're learning that we need to start building up a reserve. Even if it's just 1% of sales each month, you'll start to see it growing, and at least you'll have something in case there is an emergency. So hopefully you find this information helpful. Make sure schedule time with your banker this week and start discussing your banking options, looking at your checking, looking at the savings account, making sure that there's particularly controls on those accounts so you can protect yourself against theft and then also fraud. Once again, make sure you like, comment, and share, and we'll see you next time.